Life is an intricate web of meetings and partings, where each person who crosses our path brings a hidden lesson. Have you ever stopped to think that no one enters your life by chance? Every friendship, every challenge, every love has a purpose. It's as if the universe is conspiring to show us something important. Imagine for a moment. Those small interactions that seem simple may be the key to your transformation. Have you ever wondered what these experiences are trying to teach you? Buddhist wisdom reminds us that everything is interconnected. What you do with these connections can change the course of your life. What if each person who appears in your journey were a mirror, reflecting your insecurities, your fears, and your potential? The truth is that every being we encounter, even the most fleeting, has something to teach us. Get ready to explore how these interactions shape who we are and how we can learn the art of seeing beyond the obvious. What you discover may transform your perspective and open new doors. Stay alert, because the journey has just begun. Synchronicity and destined connection. Have you ever thought about how some people enter our lives at exactly the right moment? This idea of synchronicity suggests that it's not just a coincidence, but that these connections have a greater purpose. Sometimes we meet someone who makes us reflect or inspires us in ways we never imagined. It's as if the universe is directing us towards these interactions, as if each encounter has a special meaning. These connections can arise in various forms. Might be a friend we meet in a moment of need, or even a stranger who offers us valuable advice. Every person who crosses our path carries with them a lesson, an opportunity for learning. This makes us realize that human relationships are much more than mere encounters. They are woven by threads of destiny that connect us in profound ways. Synchronicity is not limited to personal relationships. It can also be observed in everyday situations where we meet people in unexpected places. These encounters often make us question, why did this person appear now? This reflection can lead us to a broader understanding of how our lives are interconnected. Moreover, the idea of destined connections emphasizes the importance of being open to these relationships. When we are willing to meet new people and connect with them, we can discover a world of opportunities and learning. Therefore, each interaction can be seen as a piece of a larger puzzle, helping us understand ourselves and our place in the world better. Finally, recognizing these synchronicities in our lives allows us to appreciate each encounter. Instead of viewing interactions as mere coincidences, we can begin to see them as essential parts of our journey, contributing to our growth and understanding of life. Learning and personal growth. The interactions we have throughout life are fundamental to our personal growth. Each person we meet brings unique experiences and perspectives that can teach us something new. These lessons come not only from happy moments, but often arise from challenges and conflict. It is in these moments that we are forced to look inward and reflect on our own reactions and feelings. When we relate to others, we begin to better understand our emotions and reactions. For example, disagreement with a close friend can reveal the importance of communication and empathy. Each conflict, no matter how small, is an opportunity for growth. If we are willing to learn, we can transform these situations into valuable lessons that help us evolve. Additionally, interacting with different people exposes us to new ideas and values. By engaging with someone who thinks differently, we have the chance to expand our worldview. This exchange of experiences is crucial for our emotional and spiritual development. Diversity in relationships teaches us to be more tolerant and open to new possibilities. The importance of these interactions is also reflected in how we see ourselves. As we learn from others, our identity begins to take shape. The lessons we absorb and the experiences we live become part of our being. Thus, we can realize that every friend, acquaintance, or even stranger who crosses our path plays an important role in our journey. Ultimately, personal growth is not a solitary process. It happens in conjunction with the people around us. By valuing the interactions and the learning they provide, we are, in fact, recognizing that we are all part of a larger human fabric, where each thread contributes to the beauty of the whole. Attraction of energies. The theory that we attract people who resonate with our energy is fascinating and very real. Have you noticed how some people seem to connect with us immediately, while others may cause discomfort? This can be explained by our personal vibration, which is influenced by our beliefs, emotions, and attitudes. When we are in a positive vibration, we tend to attract people who share that same energy. This attraction of energies is also reflected in our closest relationships. Friends and partners we choose often reflect our own values and beliefs. If we are in a moment of growth and positivity, it's likely that we attract people who are also seeking the same. This creates an environment of support and encouragement where everyone can thrive. However, this attraction is not limited to positive energies. Sometimes we may attract people who have unresolved issues and who can challenge us in unexpected ways. These interactions, although difficult, can be important for our growth. They force us to confront parts of ourselves that we may not have explored yet, and to work on issues that need attention. Another interesting point is that by changing our own energy, we can transform our relationships. If we start cultivating a more positive and open attitude, it's likely that we will begin to attract people with similar characteristics. This can result in a healthier and enriching social circle, where everyone supports each other. Finally, the attraction of energies reminds us of the importance of taking care of our own vibration. By dedicating ourselves to practices that elevate our energy, such as meditation, physical exercise, or even hobbies we love, we are also creating space for more meaningful and healthy relationships. After all, we are all reflections of the energies we choose to cultivate in our lives. Karmic relationships. Karmic relationships are those that seem to have a deeper and more meaningful connection, often rooted in past experiences. Imagine meeting someone and feeling as if you already know this person in some way, even though it's the first time you've seen each other. This can be a sign that you share karma, a story that transcends time and space. These connections often bring intense emotions to the surface, whether good or bad, and can teach us valuable lessons. These relationships are not always easy. Often, they come with challenges, conflicts, and situations that force us to confront aspects of ourselves we would prefer to ignore. It's as if we are here to resolve unresolved issues from the past. For example, you may encounter someone who makes you relive traumas or behavioral patterns you thought you had overcome. This reunion may be exactly what you need to free yourself and grow. Furthermore, karmic relationships have the power to help us better understand our own actions and reactions. They compel us to look inward and ask difficult questions about who we are and what we want. Thus, even though these connections can be challenging, they are essential for our personal growth. Each interaction with this person can be a step toward healing and self-discovery. Often, these relationships appear at crucial moments in our lives. They may arise when we are going through a transition or crisis, offering the opportunity to learn and evolve. It's as if the universe is conspiring for these people to enter our lives exactly when we need them. Each reunion, each conversation, can be a piece of the puzzle that helps us understand our own path. In summary, karmic relationships are deep and complex, requiring us to pay close attention and have a willingness to learn. They challenge us to face what is hidden within us and help us grow in ways we never imagined. Even though they may be difficult, it is often these connections that bring us the greatest lessons. Impact of relationships on personal identity. The people we encounter throughout our lives play a fundamental role in shaping who we are. From childhood, our interactions mold our identity, values, and attitudes. Every friendship, every romantic relationship, and even every conflict teaches us something about ourselves and the world around us. Thus, it is impossible to think of our identity without considering the impact of the relationships we build. For example, think of a friend who had a significant influence on your outlook on life. This person may have shared their passions, values, or even challenges, thus shaping your beliefs and decisions. Sometimes, a simple conversation or piece of advice can shed light on an aspect of your life you had not noticed before. These interactions, even if brief, have the power to leave a lasting mark. Moreover, relationships can also help us understand what we value in life. When we live among people with differing principles, we are compelled to question our own beliefs and often redefine them. This can be uncomfortable, but it is an important step toward personal growth. As we interact with others, we have the opportunity to expand our worldview and develop a richer and more complex identity. We must also not forget that relationships reflect a lot about who we are. The way we connect and interact with others is a mirror of our own emotions and attitude. If we are open and welcoming, we are likely to attract similar people. On the other hand, if we are closed off or resentful, we may end up surrounding ourselves with toxic relationships. Thus, our relational choices say a lot about our own journey of self-discovery. Finally, throughout life, our identity continues to evolve, and this is largely due to the relationships we cultivate. Each person who enters our life brings a new perspective and contributes to our story. Therefore, it is essential to value these connections and recognize the role they play in our personal development. After all, we are, in part, the result of the relationships we build and the lessons we learn from them. Life cycle and transitions. During our journey, it is common to encounter people who seem to appear exactly when we need them the most. These connections often emerge during transitional moments, such as a job change, the end of a relationship, even in periods of personal crisis. These people can be a fundamental support, offering advice, comfort, or simply a new perspective on the situation we are facing. It's as if the universe knows we need a little push, and therefore brings someone special to help us. These interactions are not by chance. When we are going through changes, we are more open to new influences and learnings. The presence of someone who has already gone through similar experiences can be particularly valuable. This person may share stories, strategies, and even a bit of wisdom acquired over time. Thus, in addition to helping us navigate the transition, these connections also teach us to better handle life's difficulty. Furthermore, the people we meet during these critical periods often have a transformative role. They challenge us to look within and reflect on our choices, values, and the path we are taking. This exchange can lead to significant personal growth, as they force us to step out of our comfort zone and confront issues we might otherwise avoid. The emotional support these people provide makes it easier to face the challenges that arise. And we cannot forget that these connections can also be temporary. Some people enter our lives for a specific period and, after fulfilling their role, go their own way. This does not diminish the importance they had in our journey. Each of these interactions, even if brief, carries with it learnings and experiences that shape who we are. It is a natural cycle of giving and receiving, where each contributes to the growth of the other. Therefore, when we look back and reflect on the people who crossed our path during moments of transition, we can see how each of them had a significant impact. These relationships remind us of the importance of being open to new connection and how often it is in these unexpected encounters that we find the strength needed to move forward. Intuition and relational choices. Intuition is a powerful tool when it comes to forming bonds and choosing the people we want by our side. Many times we feel an immediate connection or, conversely, an inexplicable discomfort when meeting someone. These sensations can be valuable guides, indicating whether that person is a good addition to our lives or if we should maintain a certain distance. Listening to this inner voice is essential, as it can protect us from unhealthy relationships or those that do not add value to our lives. In critical moments, when we are seeking support or understanding, this intuition becomes even stronger. We may feel attracted to people who, at first glance, seem to have everything in common with us. This attraction is often based on shared experiences, similar values, or even energies that resonate harmoniously. When we follow this intuition, we are more likely to form meaningful relationships that help us navigate life's challenges. On the other hand, ignoring our intuition can lead to choices that result in complex or even toxic relationships. Often, we may feel pressured to maintain a friendship or a family bond, even when something inside us tells us it is not the best decision. Learning to trust our instincts and recognize when it is time to step back is an important step in cultivating healthy and constructive relationships. Moreover, intuition can also help us recognize when someone is a person who can bring growth and learning. Sometimes, those who enter our lives during crises are not only a support, but also a mirror reflecting aspects of ourselves that we need to confront. Through this connection, We are challenged to evolve and become better versions of ourselves. In summary, intuition plays a fundamental role in our relational choices. By learning to listen to and follow this inner voice, we can build a circle of support that truly resonates with us. Thus, each interaction becomes an opportunity for growth, learning, and transformation, helping us navigate the various phases of life with greater clarity and confidence. And so, when we reflect on the idea that no one enters our lives by chance, we are led to understand that each encounter brings a lesson. Every person who has crossed our path, whether for an instant or for years, has a significant role. Have you ever stopped to think about what you learned from these experiences? Perhaps that friend who challenged you, or the person who inspired you, arrived at the precise moment you needed them most. Buddhism teaches us to value connections and recognize that they have a purpose. Every interaction is an opportunity for growth. Now imagine how we can transform our relationships. Instead of seeing them as mere coincidences, how about viewing them as valuable lessons? And if, when facing a challenge, you sought to understand what that situation is trying to teach you, I invite you to look around you and notice who is in your life right now, and what message do they bring. Take a moment to reflect, write it down, share your discoveries. The beauty of life lies in realizing that we are all interconnected. So, how about embracing this wisdom and allowing these experiences to shape who you are? What will you do with this new perspective?